Hare Krishna, all of you. Hare Krishna. Welcome to all the devotees. Early morning, you're all here. Thank you very much. Our journey continues. And as I told you, it's like in between cream is what we are going to see before we begin. Let's just have the invocation prayer. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakya Sakcharounmilitanah Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Tadati Swapadantikam. He Krishna Karuna Sindho Deenabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanasute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasavadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Once again, welcome to all of you. And being in the early morning, that's very nice that you're all with us. And today being the 6th day. And what is before we, okay, it's a beautiful, behind the blue. Because he's in blue, I also came in blue. The blue is Krishna, so Krishna is a beauty. So let's give our obeisance to Radha Govinda deities, and with a lot of smiles, beautiful smile, beautiful looking. So with all opulences, he's the beauty, he is the rich in wealth, he is rich in everything, he's rich in renunciation also. He's everything. And let's give our gratitude to Radha Govinda Temple, Mangalore ISKCON, through which we got this opportunity to get linked. And I think this is the only temple which gives all, all free, all courses free. So even that, if we don't take the advantage, Krishna is calling you, again and again, he's calling us. So you all got connected, don't leave us. Okay. So moving on, we have this 5 to 10 minutes, and we try to relate Bhagavad Gita with, this is some bridge course for the youth. Okay, so something that we learn every day along with Bhagavad Gita, something to do with in my life. Yesterday, we just thought we were learning like social skills, negotiation skills, and then thinking skills. After thinking, how my thought process gets into the feeling, how that thought becomes an action, and the action becomes my, the habit, and the habit becomes my personality, my character. So this shows like it's just a revision of what we saw yesterday. Being a slave to a bad habit or a servant of a good habit, the choice is yours. The choice is yours. It's just a, how do you take it is, it's up to you. Okay. Yes. So one who thinks, this is from Srimad Bhagavatam, 7th canto, that he has many enemies is an ignorant man. I have a lot of enemies. I don't have any good friend. And everybody hates me. There's a lot of people. And there is only one, and that she's also with someone else. So one who thinks that he has many enemies is an ignorant man. A person in knowledge knows that there are no enemies, but those within oneself, the uncontrolled mind and senses. It's all in our mind. Okay, this is from Bhagavatam. So the Time magazine poll says, what are the problems facing society today? The first one is crime. I think first or second day, some Prabhu was asking also, when so much of chaos and confusion, enmity, and, so much of negativity, what do you think that we can do? The second is lack of morality. There are no moral values, there are no ethics. But then around us is like that. What is our work? What is that we need to do is what we have to see. So are we really advancing in the right direction? It's all thinking. We have to think. Are we advancing? Oh, we have conquered the world. We have done so much. We have been sending spaceships. And we have conquered the nature even. That is what we all think. So let's see, have we really advanced? And that too in the right direction? So Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada has said that, with a pack of dogs in a room, how can we expect peace? So someone said, like, there is no peace. But how do you expect peace when it's like pack of dogs, like you're seeing all of them barking? And can we expect that peace here? So in the 6th chapter, sixth chapter, 6th shloka, he says, Krishna says, like, Bandhuratman manastasya yenam avatmana jitah anatmanastu shatrutve vartaitatmaiva shatruvat. So who is the shatru, who is the enemy, and who is the friend? For he who has conquered the mind is the best of friends. But for who has failed to do so, his mind will remain the greatest enemy. So everything is in our mind. That's what we are trying to come. So the best of friends, so he has conquered the mind. So the mind is the best of friends. But who has failed to do so? And how do we conquer? When we conquer and when we have the reins in our hand, all our senses, it's like, I pulled and I know how I can control my, okay. Sitaraman Prabhu, welcome. So
Hare
now, Hare Krishna Prabhu. So you'll be there, right? Because I'll give you this one once we finished with this, right? So yesterday we went for this Navavidha Bhakti. We talked about Navavidha Bhakti, so it's just a reinforcement, the 9 process of cultivating this devotional service. We said we are already doing it. Shravanam is the easiest, okay? So Maharaja Parikshit, Kirtanam, many of you were chanting also. So Sukhdev Goswami in Naimisharanyam, he's explaining it to Parikshit, 7 days, Srimad Bhagavatam. So that is totally Kirtanam. Vishnu Smaranam, Prahlad Maharaj, you saw the images yesterday. Pada Sevanam, please try to remember that these are the things which you are already in the process. Archanam, deity worship. Maharaja Pratu, we all go and we do the worship in the temple or at home, do the arti. You were there in the morning arti. Bandhanam, pray. Akrura, you saw yesterday. Dasyam, we are servants. And the last person who's over is being worshipping. For them also we are servants. So that also Bhagavan notices. Everything is written. Okay. So that like Chitragupta writes everything. So everything goes into account. So Dasyam, that is example here is Hanuman. Sakhyam, the friendship, that is Arjuna. Atma Nivedana, complete surrender, Bali Maharaj. All three steps, and then he says, okay, Vamana Avatar, you remember the last one. He shows his head. Now, all these 9 process was, followed by Maharaj Ambarisha. Now, Ambarisha's story is in Srimad Bhagavatam. We'll quickly have a look at it. Ambarisha Maharaj had all this. It's in Tamil, but I'll explain it to you. So he was a great devotee. He explained, he was totally, he had totally surrendered. He was doing all this 9 process of bhakti. Then, so he said, like, okay, he was also worshipping the chakra, Sudarshana chakra. That is what is there in Mahavishnu's hand. So what happened was once, so he explained that he was on Ekadashi Vrata, he's doing all this Vishnu Puja. So everything was told by Narada to Indra. Okay, so now what happens? Indra gets so scared. If somebody is in so total devotee, Indra gets scared and he feels, oh my God, my chair will be snatched away by somebody. So what happens is when Durvasa Rishi comes, Durvasa Muni comes, Indra tells him that, look, Ambarisha is the Raja who is explaining, who is doing everything, and he is a great devotee. So you have to do something because they become very powerful. When they do all this, they become very powerful. So then Durvasa plans, okay, I'll go to Indra now. I'll go to Ambarisha. What is he going to do? He says, okay, I'm coming with my devotees, with all my followers. I'm coming to have Dwadashi. See, Ekadashi Vrata, they keep, that is, I said, 11th day from new moon, 11th day from full moon. So when they keep Ekadashi Vrata, Ekadashi fasting, on Dwadashi, they break. That is very important. So that is 12th day. They have to break that fasting. So that early morning, within 3 hours from the sunrise. So he says, okay, Durvasa says, I'm coming there, keep everything prepared. And we are supposed to be, giving the food to others and then eat. So Ambarisha is very happy, such a big Muni has come. So he waits and waits and waits and waits. Now Durvasa purposely is doing, so he went to have a bath in the pond and he's taking a lot of time. So, but Ekadashi Vrata means Dwadashi, if you have that prasadam only, then that Ekadashi Vratam's the benefits means it's basically the bhakti is attained. So Ambarisha is in dilemma. So somebody says, oh, you take Tulsi Tirtham, that is equivalent. So he takes the Tulsi Tirtham. And Durvasa is a Jnani. Although he gets angry, but he is a Jnani. He knew that he has taken the Tulsi Tirtham. So what happens? He, with his anger, he produces one, the Kinkara. Kinkara is, they can, from the chanting itself, they can bring about the demonic feature of a devil. So he says, okay, go and kill him. Now this person, basically what happens? Any devotee, anybody. So Bhagavat Apacharam. That means if you are going to really trouble the devotee, then Krishna, before Krishna comes, a chakra, it starts following. Now Chakra is trying to protect Ambarisha and follows the Kinkara. Of course, that devil is dead. Okay, then he is following Ambarisha. He is following the Durvasa. Now Durvasa rushes to Brahma. Brahma says, I cannot do anything. I'm sorry. Then he goes to Shiva Loka. So Chakra is following Durvasa Muni. Then he goes to Vishnu Loka. So he says, okay, please help me out. Now he says, no, you go back to Ambarisha and take his blessings and ask him. So now Durvasa is a very big Muni, but no ego. He goes back, he falls on the feet of the Ambarisha. Ambarisha also falls on the feet. So that is what, so Sri Vaishnava cult, basically, one devotee falls on the other's feet, the other person also fall on the feet. That means no ego. Both are Krishna's devotees. So finally, so this Ambarisha follows all nine process of a bhakti. That is the example. Okay, today we move on to Dhyana Yoga. That is the 6th chapter. You all have to think and tell me that, who is all going to do. So what is yoga? Is this yoga? Okay, so is this yoga? We have seen all this. Oh my God, is this yoga? You know what? Krishna doesn't want, nobody wants that, you give trouble to your body. Is this yoga? Yoga has got so much of, there's connotations, and is this yoga? Okay, this is beer yoga. I was teaching, I just knew a little bit of Hatha Yoga and Pranayama. When I started teaching here, I mean, just as a giving back, they came and said, oh, I am 70 years old. So I'm told, this is goat yoga, it seems. I'm told that I cannot do anything. I said, no, who said? It says, no, that's a power yoga and I'm supposed to be not doing it. This is something to do in the office. Okay. And you've seen, like, yoga for kitchen, yoga, chair yoga, or yoga for pregnancy. Is this yoga? We are looking into the market, so many of them. We are going to go into the Ashtanga Yoga. This is what is being given in Bhagavad Gita, 6th chapter. Remember, we have seen all those things is that yoga. Yoga word itself is, some process which links with the Supreme Soul. Okay. So if somebody comes and says, oh, yoga is a Sanskrit word, yoga is something, it is to do with the linking. It is a scientific meaning of taking you the process of your daily routine, what you do in a disciplined way, and reaching the final destination. Okay. So the first one is all your external disciplines. That is Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayama, Pratyahara, Dharana, Dhyana, Samadhi. Yama is all your external disciplines. What is external disciplines? You're taking bath, you're doing all that. Niyama is internal discipline, purifying yourself from inside. We'll go in detail. Asana is the posture. Yesterday we said, you have to sit straight, keeping all your antennas straight, and this is how you have to do. Pranayama is breath control. Then pratyahara, withdrawal of senses. This also has lot to do with the food that you eat, the thought process that the thinking, the feeling that we did yesterday and also today, the beginning, that what you think, what you talk, what you act becomes your habit. So these are all the purifying. Then comes dharana. Dharana has got two of them: concentration or application of those things like yama, niyama, asana, pranayama, pratyahara. You are applying it to your life and keeping on doing that again and again. Okay, dhyana, meditative absorption. So there is one here. It's like mind control, mind blogging, mind into the process of getting those emotions. There are a lot of books, a lot of classes which goes on. Samadhi is union, that is integration. Okay. So if we have all this, now all these are given in detail in these shlokas. Okay. So in these shlokas, these are the details, and we are not getting into the shlokas right now, because this is right now, like what you're seeing is only the meanings I'm going to explain, because we have already chanted the shlokas. 6.10, it says Yama, he should live alone in a secluded place. This is all in Ashtanga Yoga, and should always carefully control his mind. Okay, that is the all right. What happens? I'm sorry, it takes little time. So 17th shloka in the 6th chapter says, temperate in his habits of eating, sleeping, working, and recreation. This is niyama. Consistently, early to bed, early to rise, all that we have been hearing. But then, today, I don't know, whatever context may be, 12, 1, and then morning, then afternoon getting up. A lot of youth follow that. But then that niyama, making it as a disciplined way of life, is not only for physical well-being, and these are all given in Bhagavad Gita. I'm not saying this is in all in Ashtanga Yoga. So 11 to 14, it clearly says what is asana here. Lay kushagras. I'm sure many of you would have heard what is kushagras, darbai, and that has got the, that grass has got the, it can even it can even stop the radiation. So lunar eclipse and solar eclipse, on all these eclipse time, they keep this kusha grass everywhere. And, when you see darbai, it is called, that is a Sanskrit word, and on the ground, and then cover it with the deer skin. The seat should either be too high, neither be too high, not too low, and should be situated in a sacred place. One should hold one's body, neck, and head erect in the straight line. It's the antenna, like, and stare steadily at the tip of the nose. Thus, with an unagitated, subdued mind, devoid of fear, completely free from sex life, one should meditate upon me. This is all under. And in the fifth, like yesterday we said pranayama, we saw in the 29th last shloka also. Practice stopping the movement of the outgoing breath into the incoming and incoming and into the outgoing. And thus, in the last, remain in trance. You are at the last, you remain in trance. I don't know how many of you are able to do, and I'm sure many of you must be doing pranayama. So in the 15th shloka, it is pratyahara. So cessation of material existence. Around you, whatever is there persisting, you're not going to focus on that. You're totally into this, pratyahara. Okay, dharana disciplines his mental activities and becomes situated in transcendence, devoid of all material desires, is said to have attained yoga. I've heard people, they just get up from the transcendental meditation. Those who are into it, they they get up from the room and it's some sukshma sharira. They can go into the other rooms and they come back. And I've heard people doing all that. Then how much is it possible? Dhyana, as a lamp in the windless place, does not waver. So the transcendentalist, whose mind is controlled, remains always steady in his meditation on the transcendent self. Samadhi, one is never shaken even in the midst of greatest difficulty. This indeed is freedom from all miseries rising from material contact. So when we think about that, we are part of that material energy, material existence, and then with the superior energy. So these are all energy. Now if we are going to follow all this, is it possible? That's what now. Are you willing to give this yoga system a try? How many of you are willing to do this? And is it possible? So think over. You don't have to immediately answer me, but you can write it in the chat. Okay, let me try follow till samadhi. Is this possible? We have to think. So who is this? We have seen this image before also. Who is this? Anybody?
Arjuna.
Arjuna. Look at the focus. This much of focus. So, that meditation, till samadhi level in Ashtanga Yoga, yama, niyama, pratyahara, pranayama, all that is like, total focus on just only one. Okay. So anyone knows this? This is also Arjuna. He does the penance to get Krishna tells him, you go to all of them and he does the yajna, tapas, for the Pashupata Astra. So Lord Shiva wants to test him. So he comes in the form of Ghor. So he fights with him and then he comes actually original form and he says, okay, then he blesses him. He gets all this Astra Shastra. Okay, so Chanchalam hi Manak Krishna Ramati Balavadridham Tasya aham nigraham manye vayo iti sutram. Chanchalam mana. So 34th shloka. Mataji, Grishma Mataji, read.
Yes, Mataji.
34.
Chanchalam hi manah Krishna pramati balavadridam tasyaham nigraham manye vayoriva sudushkaram.
Sudushkram. Thank you so much. So, Srijita Mataji, read this one. English.
Yes, Mataji. For the mind is restless, turbulent, obstinate, and very strong. Oh, Kanai,
Krishna.
this is Krishna. And to subdue it, I think, is more difficult than controlling the wind. Okay. You are sitting here within fraction of a second, your mind has already gone to the place which is 9,000 kilometers away. Do you understand? Chanchalam also. It's like fickle-minded. We are not in one place. We cannot. So for the mind, and it is like, I think it's more difficult to control it is easy to control the wind than controlling the mind.
The blessed Lord said, O mighty armed as Kunti, it is undoubtedly very difficult to curb the restless mind. Yes, I understand. But it is possible by constant practice and by detachment. Very, very important word. Abhyasa. Keep practicing. How do we practice? By detachment. So when I detach, I need to attach with something else. Attachment is with Krishna consciousness. For one whose mind is unbridled, self-realization is difficult work. But he whose mind is controlled and who strives by right means is assured of success. My hand is raised and no, I cannot, I do not. Okay, I worship. So I go to do something else and then I'm pulled because my senses say, no, that's not right. This is the way. So then you are diverted. See, you need, supposing I say I need to get out of the addiction, then I need something else where I can attach. So that is where this attachment, detachment from the material world, attachment there, but keeping on doing the work. That is the message here. Okay, is the mind a friend or an enemy? Tell me, is a friend or enemy? The mind is a friend or enemy?
If you control it, it is a friend. If you control it, it is a friend, otherwise an enemy.
Okay. The one which you nurture, okay? You keep feeding the whatever you want. So the feeding, the nurturing is basically palna, like you are bringing up. So whichever you bring up, that is going to flourish. So if the enmity, if you think, then yes, enemy. If you think, no, is a good friend, then that is what is going to get nurtured. So it depends on you. Okay, for him who has conquered the mind is the best of friends. But for one who has failed to do so, his very mind will be the greatest enemy. Mataji, you have to read this 6.37, I think, 37, 41, 42. All three shlokas. Yes, 37, 41, 42.
Yes, madam. Arjuna uvacha ayati shraddhayopeto yoga chalitamanasaha aprapya yoga samsiddhim kamgatim Krishna gacchati.
What is the destination of someone who fails in achieving success in yoga? So someone is failing. What is failing? Maybe like, ahara, niyama, pratyahara, pranayama, everything is doing, but then half of it is done and then he could not achieve till samadhi. Then what happens to him is what Arjuna is asking.
Shri Bhagavan prapya punya kritam lokan ushvita shashvati samaha shuchinam shrimatam gehe yoga brashto bhijayate.
Yes, anybody can unmute. Otherwise, Srijita Mataji, read. 41.
Yes, Mataji. After many years of enjoyment on the planets of the pious living entities, is born into a family of righteous people or into a family of rich aristocracy.
Yes. So that Ashtanga Yoga, half of it only was somebody has done. Okay. Then beyond that, he is not able to do. Dharana or Samadhi, till there he could not do. So what will happen? That's what Arjuna is asking. Krishna says it's okay. So wherever we left, whichever place, whichever stage we left, and one who comes back and born in a pious family, they will continue from there. Okay. So their life will continue from there. Sometimes we say, small children, oh, he recited full Gita, oh, he's playing such good, this one, this performance, that performance, and he's a child prodigy. All that, how? Because till then they have achieved that and they come and take the birth in a pious family and continue with wherever they left. Yes. 42nd shloka.
He
Athava
takes his
yoginam
Now let us recite the shloka.
अथवा योगिनामेव कुले भवति धीमताम् एतद्धि दुर्लभतरं लोके जन्म यदीदृशम्.
Thank you, Aditi. Yes, now.
He takes his birth in a family of transcendentalists who are surely great in wisdom. Verily, such a birth is rare in this world.
Yes, you're seeing the image, right? So from the childhood, the whole family is pious. The whole family is into Krishna's. They're all devotees and they continue. So the family of transcendentalists, they are in Krishna Bhakti. The whole house is into that. And everything, that is the pious. So it's very rare, but you will not find everybody into this. So if you find somebody, that will be the greatest. That means they have. So who is this greatest yogi? Who is the greatest yogi here? Who is this? Narada.
Muni.
Yeah? Yes?
Narad Muni.
Narada Muni. Thank you. Yes, Narada Muni. The photographs are so beautifully, the paintings are so beautiful. It takes, okay. So what is the hierarchy here? All other yogas are progression towards the destination of Bhakti Yoga. We did third chapter Karma Yoga, next is Jnana Yoga, now Ashtanga Yoga, but it all leads to Bhakti Yoga. So everything is a process, okay? We know the product, we know the outcome, we know the way, final outcome, final goal. So this is the process, step by step, okay? So, and of all yogis, he who always abides in me with great faith, worshipping me in transcendental loving service, is most intimately united with me in yoga and is the highest of all. None of us can explain what is bhakti. Okay, bhakti is the one which has to be experienced by one and all. When you sing, when you start chanting, when you start going and talking, when you feel Krishna's presence in every living entity, so that can be experienced. That is the beauty of bhakti. So each one has to go through it. So what is it Krishna says? Like all yogis, of all the yogis, he who abides in me and with great faith. Maha Vishwasam. The great faith is what is important. I know he is here. I know he's doing everything. Whatever he does, I'm okay with it. Worshipping me in transcendental loving service. So when you keep doing the service, what is service? Service to all the living entities because he has created. It is his. Through him, through them, you are giving services to Lord Krishna. So that is most intimately united with me in yoga and the highest of all. Okay. So now you know yoga is a spiritual practice to link with Krishna. Different yoga practices for different yugas. So, Srimad Bhagavatam, in Bhagavatam 12th chapter, 12th canto, 3rd chapter, 52nd shloka. Okay. Krite yad dhyayato vishnum tretayam yajato makhaihi dwapare paricharyayam kalau tadhvari kirtana. That's a beauty. So what is such a simple thing, now? Satya Yuga, meditation on Lord Vishnu. It is so difficult, so difficult. Treta Yuga, performing expensive sacrifices. Okay. Dwapara Yuga, elaborate temple worship in Dwapara Yuga. Kali Yuga, the best one is chanting holy names of the Lord. That is the beauty. It is so simple. Okay. This is Kali Yuga, is the present age. So easy way, lift and staircase. That itself shows. The process is Kali Yuga, immediately, that is a lift. Lift in the sense, you don't have to really struggle. Just chant the names. What is a mantra? I think now, Sita Raman Prabhu, I will just pause it here and you can take over because this is your area. Mantra, mind and deliver. So I will just pause. Okay.
Okay, Maharaj.
Yeah. Yes. Hare Krishna will, because this is a very important stage of when you have, Prajesh Prabhu has explained and he has also posted so many of the, videos where what is Mahamantra, how to chant Mahamantra. We will be seeing what are do's and don'ts also. But right now, Sitaraman Prabhu has been associated with us from a long time. And what is it in some of the Tamil scriptures and how it is related with your physical well-being? That is what he is going to explain. Prabhu, let me make you co-host.
Please host me.
Yeah, I'm making co-host. Now you can share your, yes.
Sure.
Okay, thank you so much. Welcome you for our, we have almost 30 participants and who will be really benefited. This is the highlight of today. I posted also. The highlight is, today's highlight is, yesterday was like, life skills day before stress, but today is for your physical well-being. Thank you.
Can you able to see the screen, Mataji?
Yes, we are able to.
Hare Krishna Bhaktas. I am Sita Raman. I'm going to explain to you the comparison between Pranayama and Mahamandra. This just now Mataji explained to you about Ashtanga Yoga. Sorry, not open. Out of this, he explained clearly about all these stages. I'm going to explain to you about the pranayama, that is breath control. Basically, in Tamil, that Tirumular is Yogi Tirumular is in Tamil Yoga, Yogi, who is one of the main 69 Nayanmas and one of the 18 Siddhas. He wrote 3047 verses. Every year he wrote one verse and then immersed in deep meditation. Thereby he lived more than 3000 years. And nowadays wondered how a person can live up to 3000 years. Again, it is through this yoga only through this pranayama. Every year he just wrote one verse and finally immersed into the deep meditation. Then wake up at once in a year and he wrote another verses and again immersed into the deep meditation. This is how he lived more than 3000 years. How it is possible? Let us go through the slide one by one and I will explain to you. Now the Mataji explained to you about this also. Just now again, just remember this same thing. What is yama? Non-killing, lying, stealing, research, good, modest, and neutralized, and niyamam, purity of mind, compassionate heart, and eat less, patience, honesty, truthfulness, impartiality, avoid lust, theft, and murder. Adhanam, various asana positions. Pranayama, that's the thing we are going to discuss here. Breathing. Pranayama means knowledge of prana and suppressing it to at our control. Pratyahara, internal suppression of these senses. Dharana, unification of the mind. Meditation, deep yoga status. Samadhi, senselessness, unconsciousness. That is selflessness. In Tirumandaram, it is 568 verse. He discussed about this pranayama. Puraga, Kumbhaga, Reshaga, alternate cleansing of nadis. Puragam is the inhale by left nostril, matra 16. Matra means one eye blinking time. That is called matra in Tamil. Then Kumbhagam is to retain the breathing for matras 64. Resagam is the exhale thereafter for matras 32. Thus alternate from the left to right and right to left with the Kumbhagam is in between. The breathing ratio is equal to inhaling is Kumbhagam is, exhaling is 1:4:2. This is more important. This is the basis of the pranayama. Okay, you have to maintain this ratio. For that, you can chant any mantra, but particularly here we are going to link with Mahamandra, how we can perform pranayama along with Mahamandra. In Bhagavad Gita 4.29, they talk about they are telling Abhane Jushwadi, Pranam Prane, Pranam Tatpare, Pranapane Kati Ruddva Pranayama Paraya Apare Niyatare Pranam Pranesh Yuswadi Survey Peti Yajana Vido Yajana Shapita Kalmashi. Sorry, I'm not good at reading Sanskrit. I read my level best. But page 4 to 9, the explanation, this detail is still others offers a sacrifice that outgoing breath in the incoming breath, while some offer the incoming breath into the outgoing breath. Some arduously practice pranayama and restrain the incoming and outgoing breaths, purely absorbed in the regulations of the life energy. Yet another curtail their food intake and other the breathe into the life energy as sacrifice. All these knowledge of sacrifice are cleansed of their impurities as a result of such performance. It's a graphical representation of this one pranayama. This is how we need to practice. Lens, empty lens. For the time they mentioned here is 16 tablets. What is one tablet is equal to 1 eye blinking time. Okay, 16 eye blinking time. You need to inhale. That is, you have to inhale you have to inhale. Then you have to hold without with this one. You have to hold that air for 64 tablets. This is called inner kumbhaka, under antara kumbhaka, inner kumbhaka. Then exhale for 32 tablets. They call it as reshaga. This is puraha. This is andhra kumbhaka. This is reshaga, exhalation. Then bakhya kumbhaka, retention. You have to retain without inhaling the air for 64 tablets. Here this is called inner kumbhaka. This is outer kumbhaka. Okay. This is a graphical representation. Okay. This is how you need to maintain this ratio and other thing you have to maintain like this. Link to Mahamantra and Pranayama. Krishna is equal to pronunciate this, you need 4 tablets. That is 4 eye blinking time required. Okay. Rama, to pronunciate, it needs 4 tablets required. To pronounce Hare, it needs 4 tablets required. This is how they calculated, they arrived this time. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. That is 80 into 4 is equal to 32 tablets. Hare Rama, Hare Hare. That is equal to 32 tablets. So how wonder our forefathers, they just calculated and arrived all this time within the mantra. Okay. Need 64 tablets to spell the whole mantra is equal to Kumbhakam. Need 32 tablets to pronunciate half of mantra to Puroham. It takes 16 tablets to pronounce half of it to Resam. That all ratio within the mantra itself. This is what I want to explain it here. Then link to Mahamantra and Pranayama. Pranayama is the pronunciation of the Mahamantra. Inhalation is equal to Puragam. Hare Krishna, Krishna tablets is 16. The breathing inward, holding breath, inner kumbhaka, 64 tablets. Breathing out, exhale, half mantra, 32 tablets. Suppression without inhaling, out kumbhaka, full mantra, 64 tablets. Inhale, deep breathe as fast as like snake. How to inhale? That is a specification given in the old scriptures. You have to see deep breathe like a snake, like this. Then exhale, how to as slow as like snake moves. Okay, like that. You have to deep as fast as possible. You have to exhale as slow as possible. For the timing is 16 matras and 32 matras. Okay, double. Then eyesight needle vision. They call it as needle vision. So when you insert a needle into in a string into a needle, you need to keep at certain distance. In the same way, you have to look at the tip of the nose with both eyes. Okay, the tip of the nose is visible when you look at that Tulasi Mala, when while chanting without bowing the head, just when you are chanting Mahamantra, keep the Tulasi Mala in your hand, and if you chant it, you can able to visualize your tip of the nose. That is the position required while chanting Mahamantra. How does longevity lost by chanting the Mahamantra? For example, I actually calculated the timing. Instead of talking Mahamantra, it will confuse you. So we calculated into seconds. It takes 5.75 seconds for storage of one pranayama. That is one complete pranayama. It needs 5.75 seconds. That is into 2 pranayama. But that is inner kumbhaka and outer kumbhaka per breath. It's 11.5 seconds. Per day, if you do 108 counts into 16 rounds divided by 2 kumbhaka, so we do 864 pranayama per day. Stored lifetime per day is equal to 864 into 11.5, that is equal to 2.76 hours. Okay, how we call it as a life extension here. So normal breathing time, we always inhale and exhale. That's all. That also with the different tone, different ratio, everybody vary according to the situation and conditions. Here, if you maintain these ratios, maintain these times, timings, automatically you can able to maintain this time. That particularly, Kumbhaka means what? You are holding the breath for few seconds every pranayama. That is the time saving. Here we calculate it as 11.5 seconds. If you calculate it for this this one, the stored lifetime per day, it's works out to 2.76 hours per day, saving your life. If a person Mahamantra at the age of 5, if the average life expectancy of an Indian is 69.4 years, years available to pronounce the Mahamantra is equal to 69 minus 5, that is 65.4 years. If the total lifespan is 64.5 years and savings at the rate of 2.76 hours per day, this is the calculation. Finally, it works out to 76.92, that is 7.52 hours plus the regular age. The lifespan of for 16 round is 7 years. The lifespan of 32 round is 84 years. The lifespan of 48 round is 92 years. For 64 round is 100 years. So let us do pranayama through Mahamantra and try to extend the lifespan. Okay, how to have long life, we need to ensure disease-free life also. How it is possible? Okay, by doing all these things, we can extend our life. How we are going to extend the life without any diseases? If you chant and practice pranayama, somebody.
I know. Can you? Somebody background sound is coming. If yes, thank you.
If you chant and practice Mahamantra and pranayama in the evening, you will get rid of Kaba. Here we talk about Kaba, Vada, Pitta. This is called in Ayurveda, they call it as Tri Dosha. If there is any unbalanced effect in Kaba, Veda, and Pitta, this is always creates what you call, this is the reason for all diseases. Okay, even if the Kaba increases, there will be a problem. It reduces, there will be a problem. Each thing gives plays a role here. If you chant, practice Mahamantra and Pranayama in the afternoon, will clear the Vada. If you chant and practice Mahamantra and Pranayama in the morning, the Pitta will be removed. Vada, this will take care of the movement of our body, the function of the muscles, joints, bones, and balanced breathing and defecation properly. Pitta protects the body from its
devotees, please. I never mute anybody because anyone can ask questions. So kindly check your background sound and mute yourself. Thank you. Yes, Prabhu.
Pitta protects the body from its heat, blood circulation, mental flow, digestive glands, and endocrine glands, etc. See the working of running and everything. Kaba helps to do all the tasks without interruption. giving fluidity and texture to the desired area of the body. Only when the bowels, piles, and spleen work in right combination can the body function smoothly. Food is very important for that. To live disease-free, you need to eat a balanced diet and reduce enjoyment. The half abdominal food, quarter abdominal water, and quarter abdominal air. This is the calculation. Okay. Here they talk about how to maintain pitta, vada, and kaba, and what is the role of pitta, vada, and kaba. Then how to take a food, at what amount we need to take, and how to take. All these things given here to maintain the disease-free life. The Sri Chaitanya Kadamrita text 7.76 says, Hare Nama Kevalam, Hare Nasya, Eva Nasya, Eva Nasya, Eva Kadirnanande. Translation: for spiritual progress in this age of Kali, there is no alternative. There is no alternative. There is no alternative to the holy name of the Lord. Because Kali Yuga, just now Mataji explained to all you people about this Kali Yuga, we need to tell Rama, God's name. Yes, Nama Bhajan is very, very important. That is one, it will relieve from all the issues and problems. Then what we learned from this text? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Chanting the great Mahandra of the name of the Lord till the last breath. The privilege is being imprinted in the mind and pronounced to the deathbed. Okay, now I want you to people to understand this. The imprinted means what we see at the deathbed. We don't know whether we can able to pronunciate God's name. So to get that opportunity, we need to pronunciate from here itself. Every day, every moment, we need to chant God's name. Then only to get practiced, imprinted our mind that at the deathbed, definitely we can able to pronunciate God's name. That's a concept here. Combining pranayama with Mahamantra is disease-free with life gaining, longevity, rising in spirituality. Sattvic food has that offering created by Krishna, dedicated the inner kumbhaga, the outer kumbhaga as yoga. By receiving the full grace of Krishna and using longevity without waiting for another birth, wisely, let us improve our spirituality. What is this? Like what to do by increasing the lifespan? What I am going to do? You can ask this question, because wisely, that's the reason they mentioned wisely. You need to use this birth. No need to wait for one more birth and do all these things. In this birthday itself, you can reach attain that spirituality. Anyway, Sarvam Krishnarpanam. Thanks for watching my presentation. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, it was wonderful. I think all our devotees, they were given some background of chanting. So this has made, it's a sort of a reinforcement how Mahamantra and Pranayama is related, and how our disease-free life without Kapavata Pittam dosh, so all that dosham is removed. Thank you so much, Prabhu. Thank you for joining us. And all our devotees, I'm sure they are benefited. And if they have any questions, they can put it in the chat box. We will ask Prabhu and we'll be able to. Yes. Sure. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, and yes, Prabhu. I will. Okay, this will stop other screen sharing. Okay, I will start sharing this wherever we left. Thank you so much. So this is a continuation. Actually, whatever Prabhu has left, are you able to see? Okay.
Yes, Mother.
Okay. So Sankirtan, we will just pass through this, and it's been in detail, and I'm sure many of you would have already started. And if you don't have, just buy any mala right now if you haven't got the Tulsi mala or Neem mala, and start. And I'll start observing all there is in the spiritual references are there, where all these, Narayana Sahita. So there also in Dwapara Yuga, what they do, Kali Yuga, what is that to be done, Treta Yuga, what they do. This is the reference. In age of Kali, people should simply chant Supreme Personality of Buddha. Chant, chant, chant. Close your eyes and chant. So Kali Santhara Upanishad. Okay. There also, these are all scriptural references we are trying to give you, so that it is with authenticity and with authority we can say that this Mahamantra Japa is the one which is going to relieve you. You don't have to have an impersonal energy form. It is personal form, and with this mantra. As Pradesh Prabhu said, in the Nama itself has got the, like you call the name, and that means Krishna is there in front of you. And so you need to focus. We cannot be doing some other things. So Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi Leela 17.21 also talks about it, like, you know, Harer Nama, Harer Nama, Harer Nama Iva Kevalam. Nothing else, only that, only the name chanting. Okay. So this is Srimad Bhagavatam again. We have already said this. And Srila Prabhupada, 16 rounds, sure to, you know, get the Goloka. So again, Chaitanya Charitamrita Antya Leela 20.16, my Lord and Supreme Personality of Godhead, in your holy name, there is all good fortune for the living entity. And therefore, you have many names such as Krishna and Govinda. You have invested all your potencies in those names, and there are no hard and fast rules for remembering them. So right now, Abhyasa, keep on practicing. That is going to be helpful. Actually, I'll rush through this because we have already spoken a lot. Do's and don'ts for Mahamantra. Chant the Panchatattva mantra before starting the chant the Hare Krishna. And you know, you remember Pradesh Prabhu saying that why we should chant the Panchatattva mantra. So we give the obedience to our Guru, all the Gurus, and then so yes, Pradesh Prabhu, can you just read this? Panchatattva.
Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
That's it. So every time you start, you have to start chant audibly, loud enough so that you don't sleep off also. Okay, that is the do's. You chant it, pronounce each name distinctly. Okay, that is another one. Chant with respect, devotion, and concentration. That's very, very important. Concentration and focusing. You can chant in any place, sitting or walking, facing in any direction. So there is no hard and fast rule. However, it is recommended to chant during the early morning, Brahma Muhurta. So, you know, even those who are studying, you will remember, in the afternoon and in the evening, you have to study 3-4 times. But early morning, if you just study once, you feel like you have already, you know, repeatedly rehearsed, and you did 4 or 5 times. Studying for your examination also, you will find that. So there is that Brahma Muhurta time is a very, very auspicious time where, like from 4 o'clock, 3:30, 4 o'clock onwards, it is Deva. In our scriptures, it is Muhurta time. What is Brahma Muhurtam? That is the time where before the sun rise, you will find whatever you do that has got 100 times, you know, you can just calculate that way, 100 times more than that benefit. So that is the beauty. So, but any time you can chant, there is nothing wrong. You can chant either before or after taking bath. But as I told you, after taking bath, it is for your own self-freshness. It is recommended to chant by keeping a count, preferably Tulsi Mala, 108. Okay, don'ts. What are the don'ts? One should not chant only the portion, that is just Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, next beat. No, the whole round is Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. That is the one full round. Okay. Then one should not chant on Krishna beat, Japamala. This is also told. One should not chant while reading a book or a newspaper or watching it. So total focus. Watching TV, doing this, you will find the chanting, the mala in the hand. No, that's wrong. Okay. Now, what are the benefits of chanting? Freedom from the reactions of sin. You see, this is all there in Garuda Purana. Okay. What you do now, what you act, what you feel, whatever you are doing, whatever sin, and this is how will be treated. So this treatment, if we don't want, then we are away from all this, then we need to start chanting, relief from unwanted drives and habits. So this present condition, we are slaves of any whimsical thoughts and desires. So freedom from anxiety and stress. There is lot of stress related and anxiety related, fear, phobia, always fear of failure, always anxiety. So you are free when you chant, and just the peace of mind. Look at, like, you just openly chant, and by looking at them itself, you feel that sort of a, when you hear their music, when you yourself take a part in it, you will really see this happiness. Okay, we have you would have heard all those bhajans and sankirtan in the temple, outside the temple, especially now that Margari month. So Krishna says, I'm in the month of Margari. You will see early morning, in South India especially, you will see the bhajan, kirtan, tirupavai chanting, singing going on, chanting, all these things. Why? Because that is the real happiness. It is so much good for your own physical well-being, mental well-being. You are connected with the spiritual, then you become that intelligent quotient is connected and spiritual quotient. So this is an enlightenment. Okay, what people say about chanting Hare Krishna, this is quickly we will go through who is saying that it's really a process of having the realization of God. These are all their experiences. As I told you, everybody has to have this experience. And I really wish he's Jean-Claude Hallish, youngest director. Okay, he says he's just 29, maybe now more. And you all know him. The biggest ISKCON temple is being built there in Mayapur, West Bengal. So he is Albert Rush Ford owner, Ford Motors. Now, they're all sharing their experiences. What is they sharing? He says, Desai, leading Indian industrial. Okay, he says, I've been chanting Hare Krishna for many years and I've never found anything more pleasurable. Okay. Chanting Hare Krishna has helped me face all the ups and downs in my life with great confidence and peace of mind. Just put a break to any anxiety. Sit and chant. You will realize, and after maybe 1 or 2 months itself, you will start realizing, enjoying it. Now she is the greatest model, and chanting helped me give up bad habits. It changed my vision of things. You can see her on right. Okay, that Vogue magazine had Annie Schaffer's Dutch model. Now this is another model. By starting to chant Hare Krishna, I feel tremendous happiness. The way they look, the total change, leading European model. And my outlook towards life is a lot more brighter after starting to associate with Hare Krishna. They're all giving their experiences, okay? Bruce Glenberg is an army officer, and he is another Italian furniture designer. Okay, all chanting makes me feel close to God. He is in Florida. Okay, significantly reduces stress, and they've done the research also. More, a lot of research papers are out, and even in University of Miami, the Maha Mantra chanting, any mantra chanting, Om chanting. How does it really? So he's a Master of Social Service program at Florida State University. He's a researcher for studying the effects of chanting Hare Krishna. I'm trying to get the paper also from him. When I'm stressed out, I chant. It's one thing which charges my battery. Okay, our battery gets charged. It clears my mind and bring me back in focus. Z. Paul Bear, printing executive. Okay, when I'm nervous, I find chanting very calming. I don't get shaken up at little things. Okay, she is a merchandiser. And here, chanting Hare Krishna, reading authorized book on Krishna consciousness has brought me great peace. Here is Ramesh Lal, Toronto Health Spa proprietor. So you can also chant and be happy. So that is the crux of the whole thing is Ashtanga Yoga, and where we live, and so at the end, like maybe at the age of 70 or 80, let me start chanting. At the age of, oh, this is not meant for me. Right now, I don't want to get. There are a lot of youngsters who say, but then you're all into this already in the journey. So I'm sure you have felt the need for something which is around me is a negative. That negative energy, I have to raise up. I have to come out of it. So what do I do? What do I do? This has made you to join, and I don't know, whatever reasons maybe, but then I'm so happy you're already into this, but then you have to make sure that your surrounding is also has that sort of a vibration. And how does that happen? When you have the congruence of the action, feeling, thought, and how does that happen? That happens only by practice. And practicing from now onwards, it is not easy to start doing it in a long, after a long, maybe like, maybe after my grahastha ashrama. Right now, I'm very busy. We need to take out time. We have a lot of time. We sleep, we have the entertainment. So 7 minutes for one round of Japamala. Yes. Mataji, can ladies chant Mahamantra? Yes, dear. Absolutely. See, as I've told you, Mahamantra Japa, with the neem beads, with any Manimala, don't take Tulsi Mala. Tulsi is the how do we see Tulsi? Tulsi Rani is the dearest to Krishna. And we also see that sanctity. We don't enter into the sanctum inside the temple. There are reasons for it. See, it is only the body which you feel needs some rest. There are a lot of reasons, but chanting always helps. That mental energy, it gives energy. So absolutely no problem. Even during menstruation, you can chant. Okay. So any question if you have, we will take the questions also. And otherwise, the sixth chapter, when you see, this is an addition that where your physical well-being is also taken care. Okay, disease-free, kapavada pittam. So when you chant in the morning, in the script itself, it is there. In the pitta goes away. Okay, afternoon you chant, Vatam goes away. Evening you chant, Kapam goes away. This is what is being given in by our ancient Siddhas. Isn't it so beautiful? We really thank Sitaraman Prabhu for that. He brought out all this. It's been made. And when I was listening, I said, no, our devotees need to have this. Okay. So total devotional services, that 9 Navavida Bhakti, remember, and that 9 stages, think about it, put a tick where you are. Okay, Shraddha, that is faith, Sadhu Sangha, the Sadhu Sangha, all with pious people, that Sangha, everyday learning, teaching. We are not doing all those detailed study in this, but level 2, please continue with us. Level 2, when you join, we will have every shloka in detail, okay? So then Sadhu Sangha, Bhajana Kriya. Like, I was so happy. Today, 2 of them sang. So make sure that every day, Rupa Manjari Mataji, thank you very much. Garishma Mataji, Srijita Mataji, you're all into this. So that Bhajana Kriya also we will do. Then Anartha Vritti, when you feel that it is a waste of time, oh my God, they are talking politics, they are talking this. So, Artha means wherever it is not meaningful, we just ignore and avoid. So we are doing that. Then Nishtha is total Vishwas, total steadiness. Okay. So Bhava Bhakti, Prema Bhakti, we will have those stages only when we go through this process. Any other question? Otherwise, we will stop. You can chant and then we will stop here. I hope you've all started chanting. Get the book, and I think it is all now. Here's Prajesh Prabhu. Would you like to say something about the Gita? Those books are there, and this month when they buy with the mala, or we have posted it. I'm sure you all have an idea about it. You know it. If you really require anything regarding the book, Bhagavad Gita book, or your beads, you can ask Prajesh Prabhu. The group, this will be kept open for an hour and we'll be able to answer. Okay. Thank you. Hare Krishna. We'll stop here. Prajesh Prabhu, thank you very much. Sitaraman Prabhu, thank you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you,
Hare Krishna, Srijita. Hare Krishna, Rup Manjari. Hare Krishna, all the devotees. Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna.
Yes, I'll end here.